even if we
Yep,
talk
yep.
about the opening, like the opening is so well done. If you see the different transitions of the
Yeah.
characters and the backgrounds, even if you see the fight scenes, like the dynamic camera angles that are moving and these characters, that are like, I don't know, going crazy. I see the as an animator, like right now, as someone who's learning, I always tell this to Brew. The biggest challenge for me and trying to figure out how the Japanese do camera angles. Like I can't figure out how the Japanese do camera angles. It's like a crazy thing, like they start from behind the character, zoom in, go up to like its face, zoom out to his gun, zoom out to the whole
I think
scene,
when you
rotate
spend as
around. It's like
much time
this crazy,
as
like
the
these
Japanese
Sakuga
do
scenes that
drawing
like blow my
characters from
mind.
different angles, you're kind of just used to drawing such stuff, It's
Yeah,
probably just a natural byproduct of drawing so
they
much.
play a lot with the camera. I've seen in Japanese animation, like they play a
Yeah.
lot with the camera. Like even if you see like the cheap techniques where they only
Aim.
move the camera with still images, but they're
Like, come on, don't you remember Death Note, the
oh
world, how
dude,
they show
yeah,
light and then there's a whole proper
that's
camera movement and then they show
crazy.
L the other way and it just goes around him and then goes in front of him. Yeah, the way they do it is.
It's so like it reminds, even like if you see the old Thundercats shows and stuff, they have similar camera angles. So I don't know if it's inspired by that, like the old cartoons we used to watch. But if you watch like the
Maybe.
Thundercats opening again, you see the camera angles
It's
over there are very dynamic. They're very like Japanese, like it seems pretty crazy.
Japan is like the de facto leader of the world when it comes to animation. Pretty sure people copied them like crazy.
Well, I wouldn't have personal opinion. I wouldn't say like the anime industry leads in like animation quality because they still use a lot of cheap tricks and like fast production. But Japan
Yeah,
animation,
but
I
you
would
also
say
have
it's
to consider the pace at which they
yeah,
have to
that's
put
really
out such
good. But if
stuff,
we
right?
talk about quality of animation, Japan has its own place. It's like amazing. I love it, but I wouldn't say it's the best. I think European animators also do like a very good job. So do American
You,
ones.
you support European animators more than
I
Miyazaki.
love Miyazaki, but I love like people like Yuasa and Satoshi Kon, and even I like people like Tom Moore also, who are there in like Europe, who are making amazing animations.
So you're saying European animation is better than Miyazaki?
No, that
After,
I wouldn't compare them. Like Miyazaki's animation is
but you
amazing.
have to. They're animators. You have to choose one.
Don't force me. I love all of them.
I can understand if you say anime animation isn't as good, but Miyazaki, the guy who
Yeah,
dedicated his life to making
like I
animated
would say
movies.
Miyazaki is amazing. Okay, he's like a god. Okay, of course I'll say that.
But
But I wouldn't. Like I like Miyazaki's anime. It has a special place for me. Like I look at that, I know it's gonna be good. But I can't say
all
everything
that
else
is
is bad.
irrelevant. Who is better?
No, I'm not gonna say that. I love all these guys, dude. They're all crazy.
Which is better? Are you a West boy or an East boy?
I love even people like Masaki Yuasa. Like I love his like crazy, like it's very like it's not defined, it's not fine. He goes like overboard with everything. His animations, if he sees running and all in films in anime like Devilman Crybaby and stuff like that. Even Mind Game, like it's by Masaki Yuasa. Like it's like mind blowing the stuff he does. Like I love his like how dynamic and how expressive he is with his actions in like a very like overwhelming way, which works amazingly. But like someone like Miyazaki's, I would say he's very dynamic and expressive, but in his like own human like way, that like it's not like overly aggressive, but it still feels aggressive. You know what I mean? So they all have their own like
Basically,
they all have their own
basically you
aspects which
prefer
are
Miyazaki.
amazing, and like visual styles which work.
I'm putting Sid on the spot here, and he doesn't know what to say, but he chooses Miyazaki. Don't worry, guys.